Precisely, the cost of housing, the cost of rent per se is on the increase, and the effect that has on the economy is that what that means is that your income has been affected because the cost of living is very high and income is not on the increase. So what that means is that people have to pay through their noses for them to be able to have affordable accommodation. And if that happens, you know that on the entire economy, if that happens, that the processing power, it reduces the processing power of the citizens. And if that happens, is that they don't have the opportunity to go into the market and buy, clear the market and all that. And that actually affects the production sector of the economy. Do you get? So it's a very, very serious case that government needs to address it because it's affecting people seriously.
It has affected me much because I'm here now in Abuja, where I'm living currently. The price is so high, sure. Just one room and I'm paying almost 550,000. So if you couple up with my transportation and everything, it's affecting me much.
It still boils down to that economic crisis because it's still the cost of the building material that will make the landlord or the landlady, whoever owns the house you are renting it, or the one you own yourself, is the cost of the building material made it go up. Because sometimes even in the market, you can come into the market, rent shop for like 300, 400,000 naira yearly, but now you cannot find it like that again. And I think urban migration has been a major cause of it. Everybody wants to go to the city, you understand? There's nothing like rural development. Everybody just wants to migrate to the city and have the taste of city. So, and when you have a very populated area, very populated city, definitely the housing cost will go up. Yeah, Abuja has not been that 100% secured because you go to some other areas, you have some kidnappers coming to kidnap people and made away with them and start demanding ransom. So the security has been the major cause of the high increase in rent because everybody wants to live in the city where the place is somehow secured, you understand?
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa.
Those of us working for salary, you know what it is now. The salary remains stagnant. Salary don't increase, but the cost of living is on the high side. What that means is that if you are transportation for instance, if you are spending 200 naira or maybe 300 naira to your place of work today, today it has skyrocketed to something 500, 1,000 as the case may be, but income remain where it is. So you know that it's really, really a minus to economy than being a plus. Do you get? So what that means is that you are working and you don't know what you're working for. So the money itself has lost its value. Our naira cannot even possess anything anymore. So it is a very serious problem on the economy. So those in charge need more to do to perfect the situation.
It has affected me so much in so many ways. Yeah? The transportation, that one is eating me up. To just come out and hustle now, you have to plan yourself because it's not easy now. I spend up to 2,600 every day coming out and going out. So how much am I making? So it has affected me in so many ways, you know. But what to do? As I said, now you know we are in Nigeria, so we still have to find a way to survive the hardship, because the hardship is everywhere.
The thing is eating hard on me, because what we normally spend formally, now we are spending higher, triple. You understand? And it's not that one is not getting it easily like that. Do you get? So you can go to market, what you bought today, you bought it maybe 1,000 naira. Tomorrow you go, you will not be surprised that the thing they now tell you 2,500. So that is the nature, that is the way we have been facing it all this while.
TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.
First of all, I have to consider the environment, how secure it is, and at the same time, the topography nature of the land, like whether it's slopey or hilly, because there are some areas where once rainy season starts, you see floods everywhere, and sometimes there are some places that the roads are not tight. And but the most important thing is security first. Then another thing I want to emphasize on is the cost of house rent. It's actually quite expensive, considering the structures that are available for rent. There are some people that can't afford it. Sometimes they will call price and you will be expecting very nice, well-furnished apartment, and at the end of the day you will get disappointed when once they take you to the place, to the location of the apartment, in the sense that you won't even like the apartment. You have to, invest more money on it in order to furnish it, to make it look good. And it's not really fair. And at the end of the day, you see that apartment that you actually, you budgeted for 300,000, we end up consuming 450 or 500,000, because you got to invest more money in order to make it look good. So that is just one of those things that are, and first of all, you need to consider the security situation of the area first before you talk about the money involved, because most of the place now, the house rent is expensive. That is just it.
I stay in the Gadwa estate. Yeah.
How affordable it is?
Honestly, it's not something to talk about, because as at 2 years back, the house as a room and parlor was around 1.3 million. But as we speak, a room and parlor is going to 2.5. Some people will even tell you 3 million for a room and parlor. So it's very, very alarming, and I don't even know. As in, most people have back from the estate. Maybe some have gone to the suburb like Nyanya, Warem, Orozo, all those places, because the house is not affordable in the town here.
I stayed in Maraba, Asobi, precisely, and we do get one room for 100,000, one bedroom flat 270, two bedroom I think 450.
First of all, consider your income, because if you are the type that you are earning a salary earner, a salary earner cannot have an apartment in a town now. As in, if you are depending on your salary, it's very hard to take an apartment inside the town here, except you are a businessman or a politician. Maybe you are somewhere, or maybe your brother is sending you money from somewhere. But if you are a salary earner, you forget about having a house in Abuja.
You have to check the standard of the building, how safety is the environment first. If the security is okay, you can move in.
There are some houses, you look at the interior, maybe the screening, the POP, as in how it is, how the painting look like, the environment, the security of that place. That is the most important thing. Look at the security. Like you can't, the way Nigeria is now, you cannot just go and stay anywhere because of insecurity. It's very, very bad. So we now check, first of all, check the security of the environment. If it is okay by you, fine.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa.
I prefer business because I'm a businessman. I own a business. I feel business is, I will be self-employed. I'm self-employed. So I'm the boss of my own. And of course, I make more profits than working for someone. Yes, I make more money, than working for someone. So that is how I like.
Business, you are working more like for yourself. And business teaches you how to manage your own. But when you are working for somebody, it's not really yours. You're working for somebody, the person controls your time. In fact, the person controls, can I say 85 to 90% of your life. You understand? But when you are doing your business, you live life on your own terms. You have your time, you can have time for your family, you can create time for other things as well. So business, anytime, any day for me.
In our present situation now, things are very expensive, things are high. And if I should be waiting for a monthly salary, before the salary comes, I'm already indebted. So I will be paying the salary. The salary will be going to the debt I'm owing. I will be left with nothing. But if I'm running my business, I'll know how I'll be running my day, my daily problems. I will know how I'll be solving them and be running my business.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.
The way the situation of the economy of Nigeria is going, it's not possible for me to afford a house in the next 5 years to come. If you are earning a salary of 100,000, you will pay your house rent, you will pay your transport, to buy small things like food stuff in the market. If you calculate that 100,000, it's not there again.
It's a tedious experience. It's not easy having a house or getting a house in Nigeria. The high cost of material is a major problem. Then the challenge of the regulatory agencies. Yeah, so it's not easy getting or owning a house in Nigeria. If the government can provide housing, low-cost housing for Nigeria, probably if they can, okay, we'll get to a house, a one-bedroom flat, a two-bedroom flat, be paying so amount of money monthly. Then after 2 years or after 3 years, you are able to pay. It will go a long way in helping a lot of Nigerians getting houses.
So somehow I feel the little the government is doing from their end, they should have a better way of making the masses benefit from it. Because housing is very, very key. Take for instance, Abuja, as we stay, for instance, housing is one of the most cost-effective expenses people make. If you're living in Abuja and house rent is blinking, your heart cuts automatically. So it means that you have to reimburse your landlord or he sends you out. For now, I feel government is not doing enough because there are already housing or estates built by federal government that are not utilized well.
Anybody that built a one-bedroom flat now, give the person kudos. You know what I'm saying? The person is trying. So the government should help us to at least bring down the price of cement and all these building materials. Let them make Ajakuta to start working. so that iron rod will not be expensive.
There will be need for housing to be done in form of cooperatives, and it takes a government of a philosopher king leader or leadership to be able to do that. Going forward, government should give us a housing policy.
The government has to do a lot. Today, the real estate developers are having problems. The reason why houses are very expensive is because of the cost of the land. If federal government can allocate land directly to real estate developer, houses will be very, very cheap.
If the government can do well enough to see how they can begin to subsidize, let's begin to see how land open up new environment, open up new areas. Because when you see like Abuja, for example, it's becoming very congested. Why? Because everybody's in the city. So if the government now makes, for example, take other ministries or parastatals or agencies of government, take them to the outskirts, take them to the satellite towns. Now they congest this place. They make those other places very good by providing amenities, social amenities that can sustain those places. And with that, you find out that those places will loosen up. They won't be too expensive.
If I'm a candidate to you, that they're not even trying a bit, because if you look at Abuja here and look at the civil servants, they don't have anywhere to stay, and the houses here are so costly, so expensive, and all the houses they have now is owned by individuals. If you go to Kuba Road, then you see all these houses owned by somebody. You see estate owned by somebody. What do you do with it? You go today, you promise the next tomorrow, see that they will not do anything. I mean, we are tired.
We'll be hearing an issue of housing from the federal government, from the ministers of housing and urban development and something. No provision. Here in the city, an average human being, an average citizen of this country living in the city of Abuja cannot afford a house where to stay.
When we are talking of provision of the houses, from my experience, it's always the housing policy in Nigeria. Although theoretically, they will say they want to make provision for the houses, this and that, but it has never favored the masses.
My own opinion, the housing development is nothing to write home about. Yeah, we've been having a lot of programs from different government sectors, hoping that there are going to be a lot of houses for the masses, even for the common civil servants in Nigeria. But to be honest with you, it's nothing to write home.
Well, I would say lately, with the involvement of private sector in housing development, there has been a lot of improvement. Hitherto, it was only government through the Federal Housing Authority that was building houses before. Then there was a lot of problems. They couldn't do much houses. But with private sector involvement in housing now and partnering with government, there are a lot of improvement, but it's not enough, but there's improvement now.
I would say it's unfortunate because there are so many homeless people in Abuja. The house rent is something else. Very, very expensive, the most expensive in Nigeria. And there are so many unoccupied buildings in Abuja. So I think that the government should give it out to anybody that can pay or renovate it and stay for some time before the owners will come around. Or I just think the government should take control of the house and give it out to people that can, because it's just wasting. If you see some building, very fine, very quality building, and nobody is staying inside, almost completed, the government should do something about it.
My own opinion, the government, like especially FCDA, because federal government or Ministry of Works, so can call the FCDA, the minister or the under these houses or under their government, individual people, anybody build house, not anybody. FCDA, you can help us to check where the owner of the house. If this is the owner of the house, they want to give renting, you can keep renting. Even just you can stay inside, you can stay. It's not right. Just can give the house, leave the house, build the house 10 years, 20 years. Nobody inside, only lizard and snake. That one is not done. It's not good.
The truth is that we already know that most of these houses are being owned by the rich men in Nigeria, and most of them are lawmakers. But if honestly they can help us pass this bill, it will also help Nigerians as well, because everybody is looking at them to pass the bill. And like they say, charity begins at home. If they can bring down the prices or pass a bill that they should be taxed, and everybody agrees to it, I believe that the House of Rent, the price of rent in Abuja, especially in Abuja, will drop.
Those unoccupied buildings in Abuja should be taken over by government, because most of these people that have those houses, they have hundreds of it and they are not using it, and they spend billions to repaint it every year, while most Nigerians are sleeping outside. And it's the same amount of money that they looted from office that they use in building those houses. That is why they don't care. So if government can help us to confiscate those houses and share it to the people that don't even have house, it will solve this hardship of accommodation in FCT.
My opinion concerning them, because we have most of them in Apo, along Kabusa. You have some of those buildings abandoned there. Nobody is renting them. Probably their prices are high or something, or maybe they have a group of people in mind they want to give out these houses to, or maybe they are for sale. But actually, being into construction myself, I feel most of the prices of those buildings are on the high side, and most of us Nigerians, being on the lower class, can't afford to buy or rent them out. I think the government should pass a bill concerning those houses. If you build a house and it exceeds like a year, it has not been sold nor given out, the government should revoke them. It should be revoked and given back to the government. Or the owner should slash the prices, rent them out. Maybe as time goes on, you can start hiking them while people are in them.
Different categories and capacities. There are some people who prefer it for monthly and some who prefer it for yearly. But the most important thing here is the cost. Whether monthly or yearly is the cost. Talking about this city where we live in, the cost of rent here is something alarming. It's very, very outrageous. I've seen a lot of people, a lot of persons that left this city as a result of rent. They couldn't afford the amount that the landlords keep their rents. So if only the rent could be reduced, a lot of persons might still prefer to pay bulk yearly, so as to relieve them of certain other things along their monthly activities.
Okay, no, I prefer yearly. At least it is from stress and overthinking. Once you pay yearly, you can be able to gather yourself together to pay up again. But paying monthly is not really good, because you are not going to be concerned. You are not going to concentrate on whatever you are doing. You will always be thinking, what do I do? How do I get this? But once you pay yearly, you are free. Just live your normal life and save for next year.
I like to be paying yearly, not instead of monthly. Because when you pay yearly, then it will give you time for prepare for next year. If you're paying it monthly, it may not be good for you.
Yeah, monthly payment, because some people cannot actually meet up that yearly demand as it's look like. So for me, monthly should be fine, because some other places of this country, like other places, let me not mention states, they pay monthly and actually works fine. Like when I served, I believe monthly should have been fine for me. Like then they asked me to pay yearly, and I only just have 10 months to serve, and it's actually not really fine for me. So to me as a person, I believe monthly payment should be the best.
This is due to my own work. I prefer yearly. What happened is that if I should say monthly, at times things may not go well, and at times maybe middle of the month or middle of the year, things may go on well. So if I should prefer monthly, that means there will be a problem. Because at times, if I say, okay, due to my work, I may not meet up the standard. And if I say, okay, yearly, I may meet up. I know surely I will meet up because of what I'm into. Do you understand? So that is the reason why.
Well, it would take supernatural intervention for a common man to have a house in Nigeria because the minimum wage is too low. You can't plan your future with that, and obviously you can't own a house with this present minimum wage. Even at the new increment on the minimum wage, 30,000 naira, is still too low. So for me, my opinion is you will need to pray very hard and fast for 2 years, maybe, probably if you can, to own a house in Nigeria, a common man, that is.
It's not possible. It's impossible. I don't know how to put it because everything is so high in Nigeria. There's no job. We that are selling market, we don't see any profit. There's no way. If I say it's possible, no, I'm deceiving myself. And I'll pass the age of deceiving myself.
It's very possible by divine providence. So I will not say it's not possible. It's very possible. With God, all things possible.
It's difficult. It's difficult. It is hard because the opportunity is not there, and I see that it's designed for the elites. It's difficult for a common man to actually get the loan or get the facility, what it takes to get on a house. It's difficult.
For me, I would say it's possible because let me say if they're paying you like, okay, let me use people in the marketplace. They are selling and they are making profit of, like in a month, they are able to earn 100,000. If they can save and manage themselves, they'll be able to get a property in Nigeria.
It depends on what the person is doing anyway. If the person is doing, like, say, business and starts saving a little amount of the money that he's making from the business and targeted his or herself, himself in a period of time, it's very possible to earn a house.
Housing TV